All right. Good morning, everyone. We are excited about the I Win Morning Show. So, if you are tuning in, good morning. It kind of puts me back into being in the classroom a little bit because this is what we have to do, right? We have to make sure everybody is ready. We got to be ready to go. We got to be ready to learn. We have to be ready to do something. So, I'm excited to be a part of this amazing show with this great team, Dr. Danny, and of course, JT, the brand master. Now, if you are tuned in, it's early in the morning, you are probably getting ready for work, in the office, getting the kids ready for school, or getting them off to the bus stop or to the school house. Wherever you are in this time and space, if you're listening live on Facebook or if you're listening on YouTube, please make sure you like and share this conversation. We know the confinement around social media. You have to go through all these hoops to get people connected to conversations like this. So, good morning, Dr. Danny and JT. It's so good to see you guys this morning.
Good morning. It's good to see y'all too on a Monday.
Motivational Monday.
Yes.
I win on Motivational Monday, and I'm just excited about winning and helping other people to win. I'm so excited, guys. Listen, to connect to this conversation, go to educationalentities.com. That's where you can connect to this conversation. So many other conversations that we have going on. If you are watching this live, please make sure you like, share, and connect this conversation with others. Now, the I Win Morning Show is not anything new, y'all. This is 7 years in the making. When we started this some time ago, shout out to Tanya Winters Buford, our sister. Ooh. She was the original host of this morning show, getting the parents ready and activated in the mornings. And so we are back bringing you something different, but something new. And so I'm so excited about this. We're connecting the educational entities and, of course, making sure that people are in the know of what we're doing next. So, Dr. Danny, I'm going to go right ahead and kick it over to you.
Come on.
For our I Win Morning Show affirmation.
All right. Well, we have a great topic lined up for this morning, so this will make more sense later on. But I want everybody to say this with me. Manage your mindset.
Manage your
Manage
mindset.
your mindset. You remember back in the day when somebody would say, mind your business or mind your manners? I want you to manage your mindset starting today.
But managing your mindset really could be minding your business. I actually feel like that is a good step one.
Yeah.
Minding the business that pays you. Now, if it's your business to mind other people, then by all means, go ahead and do it. But I'm
Right.
definitely with that. Manage your mindset for our affirmation for this morning and throughout the week. Now, we're not trying to replace what you got at church, what you learned from church, right? We're not trying to replace that. But we're just starting off the work week. Started off strong, and of course, we want you to manage your mindset. Now, Brandmaster JT, I am super excited because you are bringing the inspiration to us this morning. I know we worship. I'm trying to look at all of the amazing words on your sweatshirt, but we worship.
Come on.
We grind, we praise in the Lord. We're doing all that.
Amen.
But we know you are the guy to bring us some inspiration. So we're going to kick it over to you.
Listen, I'm excited about today. And the morning inspiration, wrote a book last year called Wake Up and Be Inspired, right? And from that book, it was on day 8, right? And we're gonna go a little churchy. This is the first thing I pulled up, and I was like, you know what? We're gonna rock this. It says, "Don't you see that you can't live however you please, squandering what God paid so much a high price for?" And in this, I talked about us understanding that we were bought with a price, right? And the way that we were bought with this price establishes our value and the wealth that has been placed on us. And a lot of times we don't really honor and value ourselves. We really don't honor and value who we are and what we bring to the table. So this morning, I want to inspire you to not let the damaging words, the incomparable people, the things that individuals have tried to place on you because they were not confident about who they are and they tried to minimize who you are. I'm telling you to wake up. Wake up this morning and be who you know you should be. If you like something and your friends don't, you may want to find some more friends. If you are trying to work and your gifts are not really being acknowledged and appreciated, you may want to find somewhere else to work, because who you are, what you do, what you bring to the table is valuable, because God paid the price for it and he wants you to be your full self. So don't minimize today. Don't let them walk over you and think what you're saying is not valuable. Baby, you are valuable. And guess what? You're going to walk in it today. That's my inspiration for this morning.
Okay, so we have in Sunday school basically, because
Sunday school.
Preach. I'm all with it though. I'm all with it, man. That was a powerful Monday motivational and inspiration moment brought to us by JT. Now listen, Dr. Danny, you letting the people have it this morning with these glasses. I have to stop and just do some announcements. Because we all fell in love with announcements, like being in the know of what's going on. So, Dr. Danny, please give a shout out to wherever you got the glasses from, because you are definitely sending a message to the people this morning. I'm all with it, but I love the glasses, sis. I love the glasses.
Okay, well, full disclaimer: I am a major accessory person, so glasses must match the outfit and the bags and the mugs. So with that said, voogme.com, VOOGUEME.com has glasses for every outfit that anybody wants to put on. Voogme.com. Thank y'all so much.
I love that. That was a part of our public service announcement. And while we're doing our I Win shout outs, I have to shout out Allen's Printing Company that pays the bills. They started this some time ago when we were on the radio with the Monday motivation with Tanya, and it reached a lot of people. And so now we're back reaching people, reaching families, reaching communities, but most importantly, reaching the everyday person. Sometimes we get a lot with social media, and I don't really think that people understand like how we just get hit with things on social media. So shout out to our business of the week. And, just thinking about that now, I got to do my civic duty. Tomorrow is election day. Yes. I'm supporting a major campaign called Every Family Votes. Now, it's this pretty cool organization. It's called the National Parents Union. They do amazing work with uplifting the voices of families in particular parents, especially parents that are underrepresented. And so every family votes. Now, listen, have you called your auntie, your uncles, your cousins, your neighbors? Have you called your friends who are like cousins? I'm asking, like, drop this in the comment section. JT, Dr. Dana, I'm asking you guys, who have you called about voting? Because if you did not early vote, tomorrow is your day. Grandparents, seniors already know. They're getting a phone call from me. They have received a card in the mail. They have received a letter. You know, they're going to receive an SOS, but whatever I have to do to help them get to the polls, that's what I'm going to do. So what is y'all plan to vote? Every family votes. Has your family voted? Have y'all, done your due diligence? So talk to me, family. Let's spend a few minutes on the power of voting before we get into our conversation.
Well, I got called out because I didn't do the early voting. Like, the seniors who were like ready for the day one of early voting, they said, why are you waiting until like day 3? You late. So I got called out. And then I said, you know what? They're right, though, because the later we wait, the more intense it becomes. And that means that people will be turned off. So then I said, you know what? I did the same thing. I started calling my people and said, did you vote yet? Because you're late. You're late.
You're late.
And so I've been sending out my messages. Yes, I have to my young people. Yes.
That's good. Church members, get on them prayer calls and make those announcements. Send out those SMS messages, whatever we have to do. Let's SMS
messages.
Let's make sure we're reminding people to get out and vote, because it is important, y'all. To listen.
Yes.
I'm not even gonna go down the rabbit hole of all of the debates around voting, right? But I do want to say this. We have a very important election around the Georgia State Superintendent. Very, very critical election. And I am going to go, on a limb and say this. I do feel like Georgia families should give candidate Alicia Thomas Searcy a chance. I really do feel that way. We have worked together in the past, but also I'm an educator. And I want to make sure I highlight this. When we go back through the data of the numbers of children, Black and brown students, I know because I lost a student in the pandemic, because our leadership couldn't get it right. I just want to remind people of the numbers of children that we lost in our public school system under this current leadership. I want you all to think about the numbers of people who are in the prison system through the school to prison pipeline. Black and brown children at its highest numbers right now in Georgia. So that's all I'm saying. Prison numbers are extremely high. Graduation rates look good on data wise, but we still have a lot of children that we are losing to a penal system here in Georgia. Some people refer to it as the new slavery. I'm just saying, I just want us to be clear about data coming from an educator who's been at the Capitol the last 3 years.
Right.
I'm just saying that. So just putting that out there for us. But that's my soapbox about voting. Every family votes. You can go to the National Parents Union .org to get more information. But listen, also in the spirit of celebrating Javita Moore, I remember some 10 years ago, I would always tweet her photos of my family when we would vote. And she really championed for families in Georgia to get out and vote. So also in the spirit of honoring Javita Moore, Black Families Vote, that's the hashtag. You can go back to some 10 years ago and see that hashtag of photos of Black families in Georgia saying, hey, we voted. And so in the essence of remembering her spirit, I'm just going to throw that out there. Georgia families, let's get out and vote. All right, y'all.
Vote.
Now,
it's common sense. It's common sense, y'all.
Common sense. Listen, let's get right into the conversation this morning. We got a big question, y'all. Are y'all ready? Can I get a drum roll or some confetti? Like something like anything. Here's our big question, guys. And it's deep. It's a deep question, but I'm gonna ask it. All right. So our big question for this week is, what happened to common sense? What happened to common sense? That's our big question. If you are listening live or watching live, you can drop in the comments what you think happened. But no, everybody has been watching the news. We've seen the TikTok videos. We've just walked up and down the street, and we just can tell as we're driving I won't even go down the lane of driving. I'm just gonna put that. Now, ma'am, you knew you were turning right, but you waited to the last minute, and now you done caused the 3 or 4 car pileup because you knew you were turning right, but you were all the way over here in the left lane, unless you didn't know your direction. I don't know. But big question, everybody, is what happened to common sense? So let's get right into it. Want to know your thoughts. What happened to common sense?
What is that?
That's my question.
What is that? That's good. What is that?
What is common sense?
Woo. Some people used to say common decency, like just being, common, like being nice, being kind, being, oh, I see that you're walking through the door. Let me open the door for you. Oh, I see that you may need something. Let me help. Oh, I see that you're trying to get by. Let me make some room so that I can do what I need.
Decency right there. Yeah.
So that's the, the decency, the kindness.
Dictionary says good sense and sound judgment in practical matters. And I don't think people are making the sound judgment. I really think a lot of it is underlining laziness and entitlement, to where case in point. Now, I used to have the mentality of when I put my turn signal on, I'm not asking you, can I come over? I'm telling you, I'm coming over. I'm on my way over, But I found out that didn't work out as well. But I think it's a lot of people being lazy and feeling entitled, because I feel like we have been in this type of war of trying to establish who we are. So people tend to act out to try to stand on who they are and their powers within themselves. And I think people not following through the respect, the order, it's like, I don't even care about that anymore. I'm just trying to exist, and you just gonna have to deal with it, because if I can create some type of inconvenience on your day, it makes me feel better, because I've already been inconvenienced for being Black, for being a male, for being a woman. Like, I've been inconvenienced, so I feel like it's kind of like a tick for tack as well. But I just think people they're lazy, they're tired, and they rather just create issues instead of just trying to, be nice. People of God, be nice.
That was deep. I mean, and if you all those things, man, woman, boy, girl, cat, dog, that is exhausting. First of all,
it is.
Let me just say that, because you can't be everything. But I mean, some people can. I don't know. That's a whole nother conversation for another day. But it is important for us to remember that, the media, our society plays a role in stripping away all of these things. I was laughing at one of the comments that Trump and his supporters annihilated common sense. And, the media had a role in that. You got to think every day, what do we see on the news? What do we see in reality TV? What do we see, in our also reality of life? And there isn't a value of common. So with common sense, in order for common sense to stand, you have to have common decency. And, let's go back to these fruits of the spirit. Let's go back to this gentleness and patience and kindness. And, these are things I always like to throw things back to the church. I believe in Sunday school. I believe in the good, Wednesday Night Live. That's what they used to call it when I was coming of age.
Wednesday
growing
Night
up
Live?
in the 90s.
What in the world?
Wednesday Night Live. Listen, we were teenagers. It was Bible study. Wednesday Night Live, though, like you knew that you weren't going to miss Wednesday Night Live. And, growing up in Atlanta, we had, young people from the AUC. So we had college students that were coming back, and, we had real life conversations. Like I would never forget that. It was real life conversations in the church, probably about some things that they would have a fit about. Oh my God, why were they talking about that? But see, you can't free people if you don't talk about things. And I feel like that is a big part of why we don't have common sense, because people aren't sharing their stories. We're not being honest. We're not being upfront with why we do the things that we do. And so, common sense. Go ahead, brother.
I'll even say too, I think it's also cultural, because what I was taught growing up, it wasn't quote unquote just being a gentleman opening up the door for someone. It was just a common courtesy, right? And they would tell me that. Well, those people are not teaching that to the ones behind us. And some of my generation wasn't taught that from their parents. And I think sometimes it also deals with the culture, because in my culture, some things that we thought was just taboo was actually appreciated in other cultures. And I just think there's so much with the point of liberty and freedom and be yourself and do yours that a lot of people's beliefs and the way that they live, they're being more in a place of influence, and it just sometimes does not agree with the way that we've kind of followed. And I think, with church, we talk about all the time traditionalism, what we gonna do, what we shouldn't do, how this is gonna be. I think that plays another role too, because some things that I think is common, I'll say this, it's kind of not common to other people, and I can't tell them that they're wrong. But I am going to look at them a little weird. But when I sit there and I think about it, I'm like, but is that really common, or is that just the way that I like it? What's that space? So I'm guessing too, and I'm probably correcting a little bit of how I feel about this. Sometimes maybe I have to ration out if it is common or if it's just my way of doing it. And what should I say? Because I know I'm shut up. After going to Alabama, we believe in yes, ma'am, yes, sir. Go to New York, go up north, they don't believe in that. Or am I wrong, or are they right? Well, it's just around the culture, I think, plays a big role.
No, I think that's good. I mean, it's all about cultural perspective. Dr. Danny, tell us your thoughts.
Yeah, I think it's also about convenience too.
Ooh.
For us, it's about, okay, well, I'm comfortable doing what I do, and then the convenience of the excuses to not be to not be decent, And so we got to look at our benchmark. We got to look at raising the bar. But what is the bar? I mean, the people who we look up to, we really probably shouldn't. And who else will we be looking up to? So if they aren't raising the standard or the right standard, and I say right according to, I would say, biblical terms, then that means we're all confused. Ain't none of us got common sense then, because it's like, compared to the people who have the standard, we aren't probably decent in their eyes either. So we got to really think about the roles here. We got to think about who we're looking up to, who our other people are looking up to, generations, culturally, who is setting the norms.
Yeah.
And we're not even talking about ethnic cultures. We're just talking about the culture of community. So it's like, that's another one. We got a whole bunch of C's, a whole bunch of C words. So
culture, community, collectiveness, consciousness. Yeah, all of the C's. I think that
take your C, vitamin C. Yes.
It's a big question to really think about. And Dr. Danny, to go to your point about culturally connecting, as a teacher, one of the things that I would teach my students, I have students that show up who are atheists, who are Muslim, who are, Southern Baptist traditional, and then you have apostolic. Like, you have people from all walks of life who have different beliefs. But within my classroom, we can all be in worship together. We can all be in sync together. We can all have a moment of where this moves me or this inspires me together, because the atmosphere was intentionally set so that everyone would connect. And I think that we have to be intentional about how we judge people. Mm-hmm. I took a personality test for my new job recently, and I was shocked that, 15% of me is judgmental. I was like, what? But now I do look at people. Yeah, oh, bro, wait.
Wow. I'm shocked. Wow. Wow.
Take it again.
Not a judgmental person here, guys. I'm not a judgmental person here, guys, like me. No, of all people. No, seriously. I do look at people though differently when they come out the restroom and they don't wash their hands. I'm not gonna lie.
Is it wet?
I do.
Is it wet? Are they dripping? Yeah.
That is justifiable judgment.
I do look at you, but I cringe just a little bit. Like, now, baby, we just got out of this pandemic, and y'all gonna go back to not washing y'all hands and touching stuff. And I do cringe just a little bit, a little part of that judgment. But I also have to reset, right? I have to just kind of reset a little bit. So we all, I'm giving that analogy because we all have a little bit of everything within us. It's all about how you manage it, and going back to the decision-making piece of common sense. It is such a major thing. Now, I want to ask this question about common sense. What is one thing that you guys feel like we can do to help bring back? We're going to resurrect. Come on, God, help us. We're going to bring back common sense. Now, how do you think we should do it?
The biggest thing starts with communication.
Oh.
And as a Southern woman, I'm a peach. As a Southern woman,
Yeah.
Nothing big.
I am an advocate, and I'm a
Hold
single
that
Southern
peach.
woman. I am an advocate
Uh-huh.
for folks don't know no better, but you got to tell them. Sometimes you got to tell them what you like. You got to be able to communicate it in the right way. So common decency, when y'all talk about these doors opening, I'm like, I had to realize I had to check myself. Check me, Lord. Because it don't mean that the last person that person dated wanted their door open. But I
Yeah,
know for
that's
me,
good.
I want my door open. So I got to communicate that. That's not my
That's
wish
it.
list.
Set the expectation.
That's
Yes.
right.
Yeah. I like
Education promotes common sense. I like that comment too. All right,
Yes.
JT, how you gonna usher us in? How will we bring
that.
common sense back?
I think being that role model and actually showcasing and like that Dr. Danny said, setting that expectation. There's certain things that I wanted for my life and I wanted to see. And the way I really started to see it was I started to do it for myself and started having that expectation for others. So I think role modeling and doing it, even if it's not going to get you that attention, but really setting that bar. Because I think you said it, Jason, when it comes to your classroom setting, you're setting the tone by how you are projecting and you are following through with certain norms and certain attitudes and moments. So I think what we want to see, let them see it in us first and hold true to that. And if we do that, other people will, because I've noticed when I would do certain things or say certain things, even though they had an attitude, they did what they needed to do because I did it. So that's my word. I think we should model it.
Yeah, we have to be the models of this every day. Learning is every day. It's not just in the classroom, y'all. We're gonna learn on the show. We're gonna learn in everyday life because here's the reality. Again, another conversation I have with my students, right? When you look at all of the, religions in the world, our walks of faith, they all have common things that connect. Love is the practice, right? That's something where we connect, but also making sure you are empowering, building up your family. That's a common thing. Like, there are some things that are common across cultures, and how do we build that? How do we make sure that it happens? And so I appreciate all of the engagement and the comments around this. It is a big thing. Now, I know we've been talking about common sense. We need more people to display it. I gotta go here though, y'all. I just had
go
to
there.
this.
Let's go.
Now remember, it's Monday though.
It's Monday. It's Monday. It's Monday. I just got to shout out, but also ask, when did y'all fall in love? I know people fall in love with Christ or God at different moments in church, but now I know if you ever went to a church and you were Black and you grew up in the church like revival time. Revival time is so funny to me. But I ain't gonna go. That's another conversation, another Monday. Y'all got to check in when we talk about revival. But when did y'all fall in love with Miss Peppermint? Y'all know what I'm talking about, Miss Peppermint. Everybody, grandmama, auntie, the ushers, they all gave you that peppermint when you came into church. When they saw you trying to nod off, go to sleep. I need to get some water, baby. Just take this peppermint. So I called Peppermint Miss Peppermint in the church. When did y'all fall in love with the peppermint?
I've never fallen in love with that.
Oh, I've always liked that.
Oh really? My God. I'm like, what?
I'm like, on just for like 5 seconds, and you can just bite into them. And then
like you talking about the big soft,
the big ones.
I got choked on those because they were so dry.
You just got stuck on them a little longer.
What is this? This trying to take me out in the church. Trying to take me out in the church. No. I
know those peppermint companies made a lot of money off of the church because
they did.
Them church services would be 3 or 4 hours, and you had to have something, a piece of peppermint, a cracker, something. Y'all
listen,
know.
Have you ever met somebody who took the peppermint, but their breath still stunk really bad?
See, now that's that judgment part. That's that judgment part, brother.
I'm sure
that's true.
That
was a devil that was in them, that was a stinking devil, that doesn't matter how much peppermint came, their breath was still taking us out. That's why I didn't believe in them.
This is not an attack on the peppermint. Listen, we want you guys to win. A big part of starting your morning off is looking at your reality in a different way. And that's one of the things we want to do with the morning show, to bring some joy, to bring some light, to bring some love, and also to give you some best practices that you can use throughout your day through the I Win Morning Show. Now, listen, I would not do my job if I wouldn't say we're shouting out businesses for the week on our show. So, of course, Allen's Printing Company is our first business. But listen, if you are a business owner, if you know a small business, or if you're connected to a church, or if you're connected to a school.
Yes.
I was going to give you another or, but I said, let me just do 3.
Let's just start
I want to say, make sure you connect with us because we want to shout out the work that you're doing. A part of this is we want you to win by connecting to community. So for those people, this may be your church service because I also am realistic that, 80+% of this current generation of young people are not connected to churches. So parents, if you're not connected to a church, it's okay. You can still win. You just got to have a relationship. Now, I'm not going to preach and go down that lane either because I'm the professor. I'm not the prophet. So that's not my role.
You got to log on.
I will just direct you. I'm going to help. I'm like the usher. I'm going to help usher you to the right resources. Get you there. I'm going to definitely connect you. But I Win can also help you start off your week right. So if you are tuned into this conversation live, please make sure you tag somebody. Shout out to Dana Williams of the AAE Fellowship. That's my AAE family. I love y'all. She's already tagged somebody. J.R. Henderson, brother, it's good to see you. This brother has been doing the work for a long time for our communities and our families. So shout out to the entire Allen family that's up working early for our children. Yes, we are a family of educators. I love y'all.
I have a question.
Yeah, JT got his hand raised. Let me tag you. Boom.
I got a question. This is so crazy, though. This is so off subject, but you said it and I did it, and I wanted to ask you all. When he said 3, how do y'all put up the number 3 with your hands? How do you put up the number 3? Right. Okay. Can I tell you, I did that in school, and the teenagers were like, "You're crazy. It's supposed to be like this." Did y'all know that? That's what I thought. But they said it goes with how they're teaching 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And they use this as the way to do 3. But I thought this was it. But I can say this is a little bit more,
that is
easier
cool
on the hand. So if you're in the comments, can y'all take a picture of how you do 3? Because I think everyone my age and up, we do it this way. But everyone younger than me,
but let me tell you, I'm not gonna start counting off 1 with my pinky. I'm not gonna be like 1.
But that's what they do. They start with that pinky.
It's giving me AKA, and I just can't do that. I can't do the pinky. I'm sorry. I love AKAs. My sister's an AKA. I just feel it's inappropriate.
This is not 3, so do not take a picture of this. This is 5.
I just feel it's inappropriate. I cannot start off counting with number 1 with my pinky. I just can't. I can't. I love AKAs. I just can't.
Did this. I'm sorry. It was this. It was this.
That's inappropriate too. Y'all, common sense. See, this is why common sense is real.
Right.
The teachers, I need y'all to come with it.
Okay, that makes sense. Use your thumb.
1, 2. This was it. I'm sorry. 3. This was it. They did this, and I was like, no, it's this. And they was like, you see all that? And I was like, and I felt really dumb.
Yeah,
and I was like, but that's what my teachers taught me.
Do the thumb.
1, 2, 3.
You got to be mindful with these hand signs. That's why I mentioned AKA. I was like, see, if you start off counting with your pinky, you're going to be in trouble somewhere because you may have a teacher that's an AKA and they're going to be like, baby, wait a minute.
That is true.
That eraser may come. Let me not even get my story, but just real quick, my 7th grade teacher, Miss Williams, she was an AKA, and I remember she got mad one time, and she threw an eraser across the room. Now, my classmates, they may not be on this morning, so we ain't gonna go down that lane of that story. I just remember she was an AKA, and she was not playing about them signs. So that's all I'm saying. Don't start off counting with the number 1, which do like this or do like that.
Yeah,
but don't start off with that pinky, baby. You may lose.
Don't.
That was. Y'all, this has been the I Win Morning Show. We are so thankful for you guys tuning in to help start off your morning in a amazing way. And, this is the team. This is the team right of JT, the brand master, Dr. Danny, who is simply amazing. And actually, guys, can we just do this? Take a few moments towards the end. Dr. Danny, can you tell the people a little bit about who you are, where you're from, and the amazing work that you're doing? And JT was just on the Speak Black Man podcast with Professor JBA. So we know a little bit about him, but we may have some new viewers. So JT, we'll let you do the same. But Dr. Danny, tell the people a little bit about who you are.
Yeah, well, I'm tuning in from Decatur. I am a native Atlantan, and the work that I do is educate. I'm all about education. I'm an advocate for community engagement and education. So that includes DEI work, which is diversity, equity, and inclusion. That's why we had these conversations. That's why I'm talking about managing your mindset, because it's hard out there for a sister who's leading folks in conversations and trying to change the world. And I'm trying to change the world one group, one person at a time. That's right, one at a time. And also, I am all about supporting other businesses and nonprofits and churches and faith ministries that do good work and center the people in the communities. So that's what I do. I'm all about talking and engaging and connecting and making people smile and inspire them and turning lemonade from lemons.
Okay.
I love me some lemonade. And with that pinky, I might not count with it, but I will drink my lemonade sticking out that pinky now.
Okay. Yes, I like
I'm all about being positive and sharing.
Is your lemonade spiked or just
depending on the day of the week?
Okay.
All right. Yeah.
I'm with it. I'm with it.
All right, JT, tell the people a little bit about who you are, where you're from, and the work that you do.
Well, real quick, Dan, when you said Dr. Danny Decatur, is that like Decatur where BAPS was filmed with them?
Southwest DeKalb. That's
right. Okay. Wonderful. We winning. I'm from Alabama, people of God, one of the greatest states in the world. And I'm from a little town called Dothan. Dothan is in the Bible, if you didn't know that. Okay, people, we made it and we're here. I am a brand manager and brand strategist for my company, Just Draw Creatives. We provide brand design, strategy, and media production to startups and small businesses. So if you got a business, you got a brand, you got an idea, hit us up. Let's chat. Let's make it work. Also have a lifestyle brand, Worship, Grind, Sleep, Repeat. It is the winning routine. It will create results if you follow the routine, people. And then the Church Collection, which is another brand where we do the same work just for churches. Yes, Jason, show the people. This is the work that we've done for my brother. So if you need it, hit me up. Let's chat. Going into 2023, we are taking no more clients this year, people of God. We are preparing for 2023. Okay, so hit me up. Let's chat. Let's do the thing. And I'm excited. Yes, Raymond Burke. Yes, I got it. Did his work and his logo. So I'm excited to be. Oh, and I have a book, people. If you go to wakeupbeinspired.com, you can get it for free. The digital version is free. The hard copy, is it hard copy? Yeah, the paper copy, whatever.
Hard copy, that's right. That's good. Paper or hard. Okay, hey, listen. Speaking of books, Suit, Swag, and Success will be coming out soon. I'm really excited about that.
Who wrote that book? Who's the author?
This guy named Professor JBA. Jason B. Allen.
Swag and Success. My God.
It's going to be under the Speak Black Man brand that was branded by Just Raw Creatives. And, I'm hoping I'm going to have a mock-up for the book this week. Let me just throw that out there.
Not this week. Not this week.
I'm excited about this team, guys. We want to make sure that you are motivated. We're taking Motivational Monday and changing the game. And it's all about how we start off our weeks. It's going to be a great show. Dang, I wish it was every day, but it's every Monday, y'all. It's going to be really, really good. So again, we're looking for businesses, churches, schools to connect with, to shout you out. We want to make sure that we're celebrating this work as well. And, I got to give you an exit ticket. I got to give you a homework assignment. Now, one of the things that I tell people who I love that I work with in this space is that a lot of times we're healing and we're telling other people's stories and we're connecting families and restoring other people. And a lot of times we don't really do it for ourselves. So before you do anything else, make sure you connect with your own village, family, neighbors, whomever. Pick up that phone. I would like to be old school too. I'm doing better at this myself, but pick up that phone, call people. Now you can send a text, but you may want to give somebody a nice card in the mail. Now, Lily's Foundation, where this arrived from, we have a signature card through Allen's Printing Company, our business of the week. And people love to get our cards in the mail. So Send people a card. They are really nice. It's intentional. It's thought worthy. We are coming to the end of our time, but before we leave out, I win final thoughts. Things that we want to leave with you. We'll start, of course, with Dr. Danny and our good brother JT, the brand master, to give us some final thoughts before we close out today. So, Dr. Danny.
Cool. All right. Well, I would say always be in a position to identify the problems, but always remember to be part of the solution. Always. There's nothing wrong with knowing what's wrong, but don't be the person that's out there calling everybody out while you sit back and watch somebody else do the work. Manage your mindset. Get involved.
I like that. Oh, and I just go right into it?
Gone.
Oh, okay. All right. Oh, following on those footsteps, don't apologize for being you. Be confident in knowing that you are somebody special. You are different on purpose, and who you are, just because the ones around you may not be accepting, it may be time to find some new people. But don't apologize. Don't minimize. Be you. Be confident in it, and watch and see how your life will change somebody else's.
Man, y'all preaching. I'm like, this is great. Like, these are amazing final thoughts. Don't forget to honor your ancestors. I am always present about that. We talk a lot about God, but God blessed us with people who were able to model these things for us in our lives, whether they are physically present with us or not. And so I always honor our ancestors. Sometimes I do it at the beginning. Sometimes I do it at the end. I'm very intentional about that, because whatever you do, remember where you came from, remember the people who helped you get to where you are, but also remember that you're helping somebody else do that same thing. So always show up as your best self. Don't forget to use and be the light for common sense. That was our big question today. Now, I got to shout out Dr. Raymond Burke Allen. I don't know why the Allen is missing off the name, but it's okay. That's my better half, and I'm excited to have somebody who's excited about me and for me.
Come on.
And is a part of the educational entities. But let me say, he took notes, because he got out of this was make sure you wash your hands. And that's important, because let me tell y'all, we're getting off because we got 2 more minutes, but that's saving somebody's life.
Yes.
Wash those hands. It's flu season.
Wash your
is
hands.
Still out here. Like, I'm trying to help save somebody's life. I'm just telling
hand
you
and
right now.
sanitize.
Save somebody's life.
And still wash your hands. Even
and wash those hands when you get out to vote tomorrow, because we're going to do a recap of everything. Get out. Thank you, JT. Demonstration almost passed out. Thank you for that demonstration, brothers. Make sure you sanitize your hands. Make sure you get out to vote. Listen, everybody, even if you have voted already, please do me a favor, y'all. Do me a favor. Post your voting stickers tomorrow. I know it's symbolism. It says, okay, that's great. However, we want to send a message that it's important for us to see families that are voting. Every family votes. Every family votes, so we can change the political landscape, starting with Georgia, but wherever you're listening from. Everybody has a local election. Elections are just not the presidential election. You vote every year. Vote every November. You're voting. Or in other sets time, maybe May. Maybe it's a runoff. It could be June. It could be vote. Whenever they say vote, go vote. And make sure you are researched, you have a plan, and you know how to hold people accountable. Now, y'all, it's 8 o'clock. We could go into the next hour, but we've been up early this morning, and we got to get to work too. So we love y'all. We want you to win. We want you to be back next week, because we're going to have a great show next week. I'm looking at the big question now.
Don't tell them.
I ain't telling you.
I'm calling in. I'm going to be tired.
You can call in. You can call in. But y'all better have some vision for next week. Get them glasses ready. Get those, what are those things called when you do in the beginning of the year? Vision parties. You better get your vision board ready. Get your vision board ready for next week. It's going to be dope. All right. Final thoughts have already been said. Thank you for tuning in to I Win. You can catch us on the recap on YouTube throughout the day. But we want you to share this conversation with as many people as possible. We want you to win. Hey, and we love y'all. Let's go. I Win Morning Show is back. Peace and love, everybody. See you on next week.